Chapter 13 is about the legal issues in sport communication. There are times when journalists have told stories that were not showing athletes in the best light. At times, journalists may have crossed the line in the minds of athletes. This leads to mistrust and disrespect between the two entities. The major legal issues that arise are typically what are the legal rights of the journalist, legal issues with the Constitution, freedom of the press, defamation, privacy rights, and libel and slander. The First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution states, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of the people peacefully to assemble, or to petition the government for the redress of grievances. The U.S. prides itself on allowing people the freedom to express their opinion, to engage in debate, and to be informed. On the other hand, an individual right of privacy is not explicitly stated in the Constitution, yet it is also protected by the courts. The right of privacy is generally viewed as the right to be free of unnecessary public scrutiny or to be let alone. When it comes to celebrities or public figures, the water gets muddied. Balance between the press's freedom to provide information to the public and an individual's right to be left alone is provided by the defamation law. Defamation consists of communication so harmful that it significantly tarnishes an individual's reputation, exposing the person to public ridicule, contempt, embarrassment, or disassociation. To be considered defamation, a statement must be communicated to a third party. Defamatory oral communication is referred to as slander. Defamatory written communication is referred to as libel. If media has the right to publish just about any bit of truthful information, do athletes have the right to do the same? Kind of, but freedom of speech is not limited. Constitutional rights are protected only from infringement by the government. Organizations need to be aware of their policies to ensure they don't inhibit free speech. To monitor what is being posted on social media sites, some schools have completely banned student athletes from posting on social media. Is that legal? Sport organizations need to be mindful about what athletes and coaches and other employees are posting on social media, so they need to have some way to monitor it. Social media posts can tarnish a team or organization's reputation. A sports figure's right to privacy may be limited a bit, but a right of publicity, which protects the commercial value of a name, image, or likeness, is evolving. It can be established either through common law or by state legislation. Because an athlete has a brand of his or her persona, he or she needs to be able to protect that. Copyright law protects the works of artists and authors by giving them the exclusive right to publish, copy, reproduce, distribute, perform, or display their works. Items that are protected by copyright are literary works, dramatic works, pantomime and choreographed works, pictorial, graphic, and sculptural works, motion pictures and other audio-visual works, sound recordings, and architectural works. Items that are not copyright protected are ideas, procedures and processes, systems, and methods of operations. Other things that aren't protected are concepts, principles, and discoveries, government documents, and works in the public domain. More things that are not covered are works that are not original, competitions, slogans, titles, names, variations, lettering, coloring, and facts or raw data. A trademark is any word, name, symbol, or device, or any combination thereof, adopted or used by a manufacturer or merchant to identify goods and distinguish them from goods manufactured or sold by others. Trademark infringement is the reproduction, counterfeiting, copying, or imitation in commerce of a registered mark in connection with the unauthorized sale, offering for sale, distribution, or advertising of a good or service likely to cause confusion, mistake, or deceit. So if there is a copywritten shirt and you reproduce it and try to sell it as your own, you could be infringing on that copyright. Along with other legal issues are issues that happen because of gender. So when women entered the sport journalism profession, other legal issues were considered. There were several issues of discrimination and sexual harassment. Women are still underrepresented in sport media. There are only 12% of reporters, 12% of columnists, and 10% of sport editors that are women. And in fact, if it wasn't for ESPN, the proportion of women working in sport journalism would only be 3%. So as you can see, there are a lot of issues, legal issues, that come up when you talk about sport entities. Because athletes are so much in the public eye, there can be a lot of legal issues that come up with what they do, what they say, and what their brand entails. So read through this chapter. There's a lot of interesting cases that come up. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out.